Guys, she exists still. She still exists. She still exists. The spirit host. Spirit host lives. She lives in the Durham still. Yep. 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 We found her. Spirit host. Oh, yes. After grinding and grinding for so long, we found Spirit host. She's still there. She's just an insanely rare drop. But we found her. We found Spirit host. Oh, man. Oh, I've been looking for Spirit host for so long on this account. You've no idea. I've been grinding and grinding and grinding, and it's like, Spirit host! She's here! She returned! She actually does live in here. You just have to grind an obscene amount. But yeah, she's here. Spirit host. Yes, Spirit host. And now I can do the legendary team comp of Doom with Spirit host, High Khatun, and Diabolist. It's gonna be so funny. Oh, yes. Spirit host, High Khatun. I can now join the legions of people with that team comp for Arena. Oh, yes, it's going to be glorious. The scheme is finally forged. The scheme for this account to get the Spirit host. To be honest with you, I've been looking. You don't know how long I've been looking for a Spirit host for this account. Granted, it's going to take a while before she can, you know, sprout wings and become the great evil, but she's there. We found her. Took long enough, I can tell you that. I was like grinding, I'm like, I've lost faith that she's ever going to show up. Just as I lost faith that Spirit host is gone from this level, she returns. Yeah. The probability, she's such a rare drop that you could grind this all day and not find her. Then one day, as you're grinding, you find her. I don't know how many times I had to grind. Like, how many of these guys I had to find. Like, how many graybeards and satyrs before I find one blessed Spirit host. Well, the hunt is on now for the next big event. So I've got to get my High Khatun to 40, her to 40. I've got to forge this up. But yeah, Spirit host. Finally. She's rare though. When they say rare drop, yeah, no, she's really rare. Like, you really have to go searching for her to find her. Like, I thought I lost faith. I actually lost faith that we were never going to find her for this account. I actually lost faith. Granted, I need to ascend her before she can do her massive. The thing that she's really known for is that massive increase attack. That's what she's really known for, is that like increased a 50% Omega attack buff. Because that's what makes her so potent in Arena, by the way, is not... Like, her block debuffs is potent in Arena, don't get me wrong, but it's that increased attack. That increased attack is brutal. Brutal. So that's what her biggest thing is the increased attack. That's what makes this champion so incredibly prized. Now to hunt for the second big thing, which is, well, I have to keep leveling Spirit Host now that I have a Spirit Host. Now that I finally have that coveted champion. I will be looking for her further, more copies of her, because she's that valuable. But yeah, Spirit Host, big deal to find her. Major find. Like, major find. Now, what we're going to be doing for her is we're going to be dressing her, Khatun, and Diabolist all in speed gear as like a speed comp. And have that as one of my arena comps. Like, I have several ones. I've got defensive, got speed. Like, I want to have at least one major speed comp. So we can try to win the speed race. Okay, now that she's leveled up, we got to have the other people leveled up as well. Because I'm trying to use this opportunity. Because, yeah, she has an ascended skill, Spirit Host, once you actually get her somehow. Well, I got mine from Durham Forest, but it was a long grind, okay? Like, an obscenely long grind. I didn't even want to show on camera. Long grind. Like, I was there grinding away. Like, knocking them out over and over and over again. And, yep, we found Spirit Host. Not an easy find. Not remotely easy. But we found her. We also need more speed gear. Now, if you're wondering what I'm looking for, it's Templar now. That's my next big look in. I have to find Templar. And then finally copies of Diabolist. Because there's certain champions in here that are very valuable. Spirit Host, Diabolist. Well, it all depends on what legendaries you pull, though. Like, if you pull Leorius, obviously, you're going to use the Leorius. Because legendaries, in most cases, trump everything. That's part of why I was so freaked out about trying to get Drexthar. Like, and why it took all my restraint not to pull him, except for Clan v Clan. Because Drexthar is big deal. Like, really big deal. I am going to have to get her in shape, Spirit Host, now that I finally found her. Yeah. Because, see, the thing about Spirit Host, the reason I was so keen on finding Spirit Host was because I wanted something to do the increase attack buff, like really heinous increase attack buff. And I was hoping to find her earlier, a lot earlier, but I didn't because the RNG was really bad. Oh, I screwed up. Yeah. But yeah, like I have been looking for Spirit Host for a long time. And then there's Templar. I'm trying to figure out him and his cohort of crazy sacred orders. Not to mention I have to get amulets for that. But yeah, the grinding on some of this stuff, you like this weird man can't, and this with his candles, you can't possibly know. You can't possibly know how much grinding is necessary to make this happen. Like, first I have to get her to 4-star. That's necessary. Because in order for her to be useful in content, I need her to 40 minimum going up. Same with the Spirit Host high Khatun nonsense. Like, if I want the team comp to work, I need the because this is the look for a Templar. That's what this is for. To look for a Templar while giving some massive levels. Because let me tell you, we are going to need some levels here in order to make this work. Yeah, this is some of the behind the scenes stuff that I do in this game, especially on earlier accounts that need this stuff. And the earlier you are, the more you kind of need it. We still haven't found a reviver, mind you. So there's that. I mean, we can do the balls to the wall go first comp now. That's finally doable. We can finally do that. Ascend. Oh, well, naturally this keep is open. And we're going to put her in it. But before we do that, we've got to equip her. Let's equip her in some regular old speed gear. Garden variety. Yeah, I'll do attack percent. Filter. We have got some pretty bad. You know what? I'll do resist. So maybe resist is good on her. Yeah, my gear is not wonderful, so excuse me. Excuse me if my gear isn't like a shining beacon. But yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking resistance and speed. That might be the best. Maybe with a bit of I don't know. Like maybe immortal. God, it's annoying to upgrade gear. Yeah, we're just going to upgrade these all to level 8. There's no point of anything below that. Literally no point. But yeah, speed gear is probably her best set. Because speed, you're going to want some speed on this sucker. Because you're going to want to be able to do the dank strat. Now, if you don't know what the dank strat is, I'll enlighten you. So, the dank strat is where you have Spirit Host alongside, and you have like Spirit Host, High Khatun. High Khatun also needs help. Okay, we're going to do that. Gotta roll all these to 8 minimum. Because she needs to have a certain amount of speed to be at all useful. Let's see what we can get here. Crit rate. They have all their substats unlocked. It's really weird for an armor piece. Okay, we gotta roll on speed. Okay, so where does that put us? Where does that put us on the speed scale? Oh, wait, no, I'm a dummy. I need to put that on Spirit Host. I need to ascend her. There we go, ascend. But yeah, we let's see, how are we gonna set this up? I'm gonna put in Spirit Host. She's our newest arrival. And High Khatun as a speed lead. Because I want to try to get that synergy effect. Because you may not know this, but Spirit Host and High Khatun are a big deal. So, you may ask, what is the big deal? Well, this is the synergy. Get the speed, get the heal reduction, major damage. She tries to cleanse it, and she's dead. See? And then, if you do this enough, you can do a truly miraculous effect. I still have to get more green potions from my other account as well tomorrow. Because green potions from Spirit Keep, most of the champions on there are Spirit champions. So... But let's see here. Can we ascend good old Spirit Host? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Now I want to try this. Because this is going to be nasty. Watch this. Watch what happens when we do this. This is going to be nasty. Watch this. Well, not that, but like I want to show it on the boss though. Honestly. We found Spirit Host. Spirit Host. See, now this is where the damage comes in. Did you see how much damage that was? I did. This is the damage. Because see, like, she leads into that damage. If you see what I'm talking about, like, I haven't done it entirely correct, but you can see the effect. I hate facing this China champion. This is like the ultimate counter to champions of this setup. That's the biggest weakness of this setup. Because this setup the setup relies on you going first and doing a hell of a lot of damage. Like so. That is what it relies on. That's what it relies on. It relies on that burst. That sudden burst of damage. Actually, this is a bad idea. But I'll do it anyway. Get one shot. Get actually one shot. That's actually kind of funny. Let's try this out on Dragon's Lair. We're going to want Spirit Host with the experiment. So we're going to do the Spirit Host High Khatun setup. Cause yeah, this is the dank setup. This is the dream setup. This is the setup you want. Well, it works anywhere you can burst an enemy. It doesn't work though if Spirit Host just dies. If they're faster. So that's part of the problem here. Spirit Host needs to develop some more. Like this setup isn't like you have to strike them fast and you have to strike them hard and quick. Otherwise, if they get to your Spirit Host first, you're screwed. Or if they have an anti-burst mechanic. See, that's what the guy with doing Leorius was talking about. The High Khatun Spirit Host comps only work if they could burst you down in one go, practically, most of the time. That's what they rely on. They rely on that instant or almost instant, very overwhelming amount of damage and speed. If they can't get that, they if they can't get that, you're kind of screwed. Yeah. That's just the nature of so let's do like a mixture. Let's go Valdemar straight, Dragon's Lair. Valdemar straight, Dragon's Lair. But yeah, this is kind of a dream scenario. If you can see the effect of having this much damage, it's a lot. It's a lot of damage. See that? That's the effect you do. Like increasing the effect of the damage that you deal at this stage of the game is massive. Because then you can start one-shotting things. She can also protect you from debuffs, but her biggest thing is so that you can strike first and strike hard. Strike before the debuffs land. Just go first. Because I didn't realize that that's her biggest strength. Is the strike hard and strike fast. That's her biggest strength. Because you don't need debuff protection necessarily if you go first. Because they don't get a turn. Like, going first means you, like, if you can nuke them in one go with the Spirit Host, yeah, you don't need the block debuffs. Because all the debuffs are already dead. So that's kind of the idea behind most of Spirit Host. That's the idea. I'm still looking for a Templar, because what Templar does is he allows you to make a defensive setup versus stuff you can't burst down. Stuff like Bommel. You can't really burst Bommel down that effectively. You can burst him a little bit, but you really have to be careful. You have to have something that can survive a long time versus him. But that does give me an idea. Maybe the way that you beat Bommel partially is you get something with an increased attack and you set your sucker aside along with it, and as long as you keep boosting the attack, you can win over Bommel that way along with the rest of your normal survival tactics. The boost in attack would allow you to nuke him down effectively. Yeah, Templar is still missing, but I'm pretty sure he'll show up soon. My faith has been restored. I do have to do Dragon's Lair because we don't really have a lot of time left on this event. But yeah. I was doing it previously because see, that's the weakness of this whole technique and why I have to help Spirit Host along before I take her to Arena, because she's got to be able to act fast and maybe be able to tank a hit, but most of the time this strategy is just go first and strike hard. That's the strategy. There are go second strategies, a lot of them, but that's what the Spirit Host High Khatun strategy typically is. It's the burst you or die strategy. That's it. And if you wanted to make it even more all in, it's like you can go no shields, like no Valerie, and just Spirit Host, High Khatun, and Diabolist all in one with all speed, denying you any chance. Because see, this is not perfectly done, because if it was perfectly done, they wouldn't have been able to take a turn. Because the main strength of this is so that they don't take a turn and they just die. Just like, you died kind of deal. Like that's the way of the High Khatun setup. Trying to do some Dragon's Lair just preliminarily. Trying to make sure everyone knows I'm not ignoring Dragon's Lair and I'm doing some of it. I may have to do Termite as well. I'm going to have to do another termite. This is probably a better setup than the... Because the thing about the high Khatun setup is it works best... It works best in setups where you don't have to defend, you just need to attack. That's what it's best for. Like, if you need to defend against something, it doesn't work very well. But if you need to attack in an all-in and not fail the all-in, that's generally what that's for. I'm beginning to understand now how that works. Like, genuinely understand how the two different systems work. Now, I have a very nasty go second setup in a lot of cases, mainly because my speed gear tends to be very subpar, and that tends to put a damper on a lot of things. Gotta keep smacking. I was also showing Avion. I was trying to show the setup for Avion 1. How to set up the dungeons and stuff. That was an interesting show. It's not like I don't do League still. I do some. But I've drastically reduced my League intake because Raid is so much more appealing than League of Legends at the moment. League of Legends is highly toxic, unrewarding, and has a lot of really obnoxious teammates in it. And I mean obnoxious. I mean like obnoxious to the true third degree. So yeah, like people that just do not group, etc., etc. And it's become a plague. Leech that life. I do need to find more Diabolists, because her ability is on too long of a cooldown as well. For me to set up what I'm trying to do. Because, see, the don't get hit and go first setup always sounds like a good plan, but it does fall apart if your speed gear or your speed rolls are not good. Because the other people with those rolls will easily crush you if you don't have that set up. Like, Clan Boss, doing the full setup like that doesn't really work unless you have some kind of backup strategy. Like, I'm thinking Spirit Host would work well okay here, but we wouldn't do the high Khatun setup. We would do a different setup. Yeah, this isn't a very good run. It's a pretty meh run. Didn't even get to 4 mil. I don't think I can do Baumel without a Templar. Going to be honest with you. I need 150k for the 100k silver, which we'll do later. But yeah.